Hello yogis, it's Sheila. 1 week since my last recording, which I apologize for the delay that you've had to wait a full week to get your second for the week. My kiddos were here over the weekend. We alternate weekends, their dad and I, and this weekend was my weekend. And so what generally happens is they take up every last minute and every last bit of energy, which is probably as it should be, because of the current situation. And so that's where my energy has been going. And now here I am with you. So namaste to everyone. This morning I did my live Williston Facebook yoga, which was for the liver. And we're going to do a 30-minute yin practice tonight for the same purpose, to stimulate the liver. The liver is the organ associated with spring. And in the spring, we are working to remove toxins and get rid of any stagnant energy that's kind of become dormant in our bodies over the winter. And so we're working to clear that, so that our liver starts to function optimally. And Yin Yoga is nice because we can spend time in each of these poses and really just sink in and work with the breath to go inward and visualize and harmonize our mind, our breath, and our body together to really ramp up that healing of the liver. And I'm going to read you a little bit of information just in terms of how we interpret the liver and its function and when it's not functioning in yoga. The liver is the home of Shen, the soul. When our Shen is calm, the liver is functioning well, and we can watch the world unfold dispassionately. The liver has many physiological functions, but mostly it regulates the amount of blood in circulation. While the heart may govern the flow of blood, the liver stores and releases it. Because of this, liver qi is important for the vitality of all parts of the body. So liver energy is important for all parts of the body. Weakness in the liver can be seen in the eyes and tendons. Aching knees are one indicator of weakness. When the liver qi is weak, we may suffer from too much anger or irritation, or be unable to express anger at all. When the liver is healthy, we find kindness easy to offer. By offering kindness, we can help to heal our liver. And now, if you're seated or on your back, either way is fine. I'd like you to close your eyes though, and you're going to imagine that you're following this path along your body. So a meridian is a channel of energy, and we have meridians for all the different organs in our bodies. If you've ever had acupuncture or acupressure done, this works with those meridians. And so they will put the needles in along certain points of that channel of energy to help clear blockages and allow the energy to flow smoothly. So as you close your eyes now, take a big breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. In through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and just settle into your space. And now imagine a ball of green light, a small ball of green light, resting on the right side on the nail of your big toe. And now letting this be like a channel of energy as that light runs up the big toe, along the top of the foot, climbing the front of the ankle, up the inside of the leg until it reaches the pubic area. From here it curves around the external genitalia and goes into the lower abdomen, where it enters the liver and gallbladder. Rising higher, it branches in several directions, with one branch connecting to the lung meridian. Still higher, it follows the throat and connects with the eyes before branching out again. One branch reaches down across the cheeks and circles the lips, while a higher one crosses the forehead to the crown. Lower back pain, abdominal pain, or mental disturbances may be a sign of disharmony of the liver. And so when you think about that path we just followed and how that will relate to the poses that we are about to do, you'll see how each pose stimulates or accesses a point on that line of energy that we just drew in our minds. The color associated with the liver is green, and just really letting that light be vibrant, very vibrant green light. Making sure that you're warm. In Yin, we do not move much. And we don't need to worry about warming up or stretching the muscles in Yin. We are not working with the muscles, even though you might feel a stretch. We are working with the joints, the fascia, the deep tissue, and like I said, these points on that meridian of energy. And slowly start to bring some movement into your body. If you're on your back, you will make your way up to seated. We'll all meet in seated. And let's start our practice together with hands at heart center, thumbs touching your breastbone, your connecting point to your beautiful light. No matter how dim it seems some days, that beautiful light is always vibrant and is always there. And so pausing, bowing to that light, bowing to our practice and the time we have together today. And now very slowly make your way into child's pose and making this as comfortable as you can. I know that we might be a little tight in the hips, so making sure that your big toes are touching and the knees are open wide. And then not stretching the arms too far in front of you, just letting the elbows be relaxed. Maybe you rest your forehead on stacked hands. And settling in. And now we'll work with a square breathing pattern, which will help keep the mind at ease while we move through these poses. Once you're settled into child's pose, make sure that your belly is really soft. Make sure you're comfortable all over. We'll be in child's pose for about 2 minutes. Square breathing looks like this. Inhaling to the count of 4. Holding that breath in to the count of 4. Exhaling to the count of 4. Holding the breath out to the count of 4. And just staying with that breath. Very gently lifting yourself up to tabletop. And then pausing here, maybe making a few very slow hip circles with both legs, or lifting to a soft, gentle downward facing dog, walking out your dog. And then making your way back to tabletop, coming into Sphinx. For Sphinx pose, from your tabletop, you'll just lower to the forearms and then drop the hips down. The legs are extended behind you. Let the feet open up to the edges of the mat so the legs are slightly apart and open. And now the starting point for your arms is elbows right under your shoulders. And then the forearms are down and the hands are spread out in front of you. And now, if that feels too tight in the lower back, you can wiggle the hips back slightly. Think with your spine of an upward curve, and that upward curve ends at the top of your head. So the head is not drooping down between the arms. It's an upward flow of energy from the tailbone up to the top of the head. And now see if you can really try to soften in your lower back. Soften and sink down in the lower back. There's still a slight engagement in the belly. Releasing, sinking down in the lower back. This pose can get a little intense if it's not part of your normal practice. If you need to take a break and come back up before I say it's time to come out, that's just fine. To take a break, you lie flat on the mat, arms by your sides and one cheek down. Remembering your square breathing, closing the eyes if that's comfortable, to really stay as present in this moment as possible. And we're here for just about 2 more minutes or so. And very gently now, making your way down onto your belly with your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. right cheek down first. And then the opposite cheek. Drawing your chin to the mat, pressing down with your hands, you're going to roll yourself over onto your back. And we'll be coming into a supine pigeon. Once you get onto your back, just draw your knees into your chest gently and rock side to side on your lower back. And then releasing the knees, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, keeping that left knee bent, clasp hands behind the left thigh. And now drawing that leg in, and we'll be still here. Sometimes we rock in a supine pigeon, but with Yin, we try to be as still as possible in each pose. So just letting the body be really still here, and notice if it feels like a lot of work. Try to relax your shoulders, soften your arms a little bit. Just make it a little bit easier to be here for about another minute. And gently release, letting that ankle come off the thigh, unclasping hand, but then drawing the knees back in towards your chest again, gently rocking on your lower back. And then coming into supine pigeon on the opposite side. So left ankle over the right thigh, feet are flexed, clasping hands behind the right thigh, drawing that leg in, and then pausing there, getting as comfortable as you can. Finding that square breathing. And about one more minute here. Gently release, uncross, and then planting the feet wide on your mat with the knees deeply bent, arms where it's comfortable. Really slowly wiper the legs side to side. And now extending the legs straight out on the mat. For the next pose, you'll be on your back and you will look like the shape of a banana. This is Bananasana. And the key here is to just keep your tailbone and sits bones planted. That's your part of your body that will not move. And now bring the arms to rest overhead on the floor above you. And then walk your feet to the left. So you're bringing your lower body into a curve to the left. And now you'll need to shimmy a little bit on your back to walk your upper body and your arms to the left, making that crescent or banana shape. Arms, torso to the left, legs, feet to the left. And you're only going as far as it feels good. Remember, you're not working towards a stretch here. You have the option to cross the right ankle over the left ankle and to hold on to the right wrist with the left hand. Everything in the body is resting on the floor. Nothing is lifted. It should be comfortable. Pay attention to pain, and especially in this pose, any tingling in the arms or legs. If there's tingling, then you'll back away immediately and just rest. Pay attention to how much work it is to be here. Maybe you need to back off a little bit. We're going to be here for 2.5 more minutes. And again, awareness on the breath. Very slowly now, uncross the ankle, release the wrist, walk the legs back to neutral, right where you started, and then the upper body back to neutral where you started. Arms down by your sides, bring the knees to your chest, and then let's hold on to the knees with the hands and make circles with the knees. The knees are falling away from each other, opposite directions. And then stop and change direction. Release, extend the legs, arms overhead, and now same thing on the other side. Walking the legs to the right, keeping the tailbone planted. Shimmying and walking the upper body and the arms to the right. Finding your place of comfort. Crossing left ankle over right, or holding that left wrist. But make it as easy as possible to be here. About 1 more minute here. Gently uncross the ankle, release the wrist, walk the feet back to where you started, upper body back to where you started, arms down by your sides, and then drawing the knees to your chest. Again, circling the knees, both directions a few times. And now our final pose before Shavasana is reclining twist. Let's bring the right leg straight out on the mat, bringing that left knee in towards your chest, keeping that right leg nice and straight, just using that right hand to hold the left knee and drape the knee across the body. The hand can stay there. Left arm can extend, gaze can shift to the left, and then relax as much as you can. Notice if you can soften in your muscles a little bit more for the next minute. And then bringing the knee back up towards the sky, extending that leg straight out on the mat, drawing the right knee in, using the left hand to bring that right knee across your body. Left leg stays extended straight. Right arm off to the side, gaze off to the right. Drawing that knee back up towards the sky, extending the leg on the mat so both legs are extended, arms overhead to rest on the floor above you. Take a big breath in through your nose as you come into a gentle full body stretch. And then a nice exhale through your mouth as your arms float down by your sides. I encourage legs up the wall for your Shavasana. If you're happier resting on your mat on your back, that's just fine too. Make sure you're really warm, hands, feet, everything nice and warm. Maybe you cover your eyes. And then just really letting your body settle in. We'll be here for about a 3 or 4 minute Shavasana. And just imagining that you are absorbing all the benefits of your yin practice today. Your liver is functioning perfectly. Your body fully supports the functioning of your liver. You acknowledge releasing what no longer serves you and allowing deep rest in your Shavasana. Start to deepen your inhales. Gently move fingers and toes. Drawing your knees to your chest, rolling to your right side, and pausing in fetal position. You can use your arm as a pillow. And then slowly making your way up to seated. And drawing your hands to heart in Anjali Mudra, letting your thumbs touch your breastbone, eyes closed, letting your head drop. Sealing the end of our practice together tonight, or whenever it is you practice this. And knowing that the light in me is always reaching out and touching the light in each one of you, whether we're near or far. Energy does not know time or space. It knows a feeling. And let's close with the universal sound of Om. Deep breath in. Namaste, lovely yogi. Sending you all sorts of love and blessings and patience and kindness and a well-functioning liver. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye. Namaste.